Hi there, this is lesson 1.3 and we're going to look at how to install Unity. First of all, I'm just going to show you what happens inside the Unity portal once you've logged in. I didn't want to show you my passwords and things, which is why I didn't log in. But you see I've created two organisations here, one when I was doing training and one when I was creating Copper Candle. So in Copper Candle I have all of my accounts, that's where my license is actually locked to. So just create one organisation, it'll be much easier. You see you've got a nice little profile picture, you've got an opportunity to create all your organisations and your services, which something else you might want to pay for. In my account, I've got details of all of my my logins and stuff and my username. So let's talk about Unity Hub. Let's bring that over here. Unity Hub, this is what you've probably seen when you've logged in. It is the portal you get to before you go into Unity, and it's quite useful. The idea is that you have all your projects in here. So you see I've got about 4 projects on this computer at the moment. These are things that I've been just doing development with. So you can click on these to load something up. You can choose which version you're going to load in and which platform you're going to load in, which device you're eventually going to build it out onto. You can change this all once you're in there. The most important thing is that you load it in the right version. Now, if you're getting given a file by somebody else, like somebody just copied a project and passed it to you on a memory stick or a Dropbox or something, it's very important to use exactly the same version. If you change the version, it will upgrade it, and then you can't go down again. So, or you can't easily go down. It often breaks things. So we'd like to keep the same version. If you click on installs down here, you will see which versions you've got installed on your computer. And I've got 2021.1.13.f1, and it's quite a long number. The important thing to remember is this 2021.1. That's like the significant version changes. And then the 13 is something that will change each time I try to do an update. So if I click on add, it will give me all the versions that are currently available. And that's, what is it today? The 10th of September, 2021. So this is what is currently available. It's recommended for I install 2020.3.18, and it says LTS next to it. LTS is quite important. This means long-term support. This means it's a version that Unity is going to keep running for a long time. They're going to, continue to support it, and you won't get loads of upgrades. I haven't got that one because I'm using a lot of beta versions, so I've been using 0.13. And you'll see down here that there's some pre-releases as well for alpha testing and beta testing. So you can literally get to the 2022.1 version if you really wanted to. Bit dangerous going for pre-release. The only reason for doing that is that you might be downloading a plugin, or there's a feature that you want to try out which is specifically in that version that you wouldn't have had access to before. I would really recommend not using a pre-release. You want to stay with the official releases or the recommended releases. As we are doing using version 2021.1, I'd recommend you use this one here. That's the version that's closest to what I have. It doesn't have LTS on it at the moment. That's because it hasn't settled down. Eventually, there'll be a version .1 something, it might be 24, 26, 30. That will have the LTS next to it. The reason I'm using 2021 at the moment is I've been doing a project where there was a particular feature I needed, just like I was saying about the beta testing. So we had to use 2021 to use this new feature. And it hasn't yet reached LTS status, but it will eventually. So you might notice that as we're developing these courses, I'll have to update, and that won't be .13 anymore, it'll be .30 or something. So don't worry about that. There's be a little bit of an incremental upgrade. So that is Unity Hub. So you'd install Unity. You want to download some packages. Actually, let's just take you through that just so you can see what happens. I'll pretend I'm downloading this one. When you click next, you get these options, things to install, different packages. These all do different things, and you can see that some of them can be quite large. Like if I wanted to download Android build support, it's 1.9 gigabytes, but if you click and open this up, if you want to install all the tools as well, it's an additional 3 gigabytes. So on top of the sort of 1 or 2 gigabytes that Unity takes up, you might want to install another 5 gigabytes of features. Now, to start off with, in this training series, we're not going to use any of those. We're just going to be doing everything in editor on a PC. So you might want Microsoft Visual Studio if you haven't got it already. Sometimes it gets installed for other things. So I wouldn't click that. I wouldn't click iOS build. iOS is if you're trying to build out to an Apple product. Mac build if you're going to build out to a Mac computer. Just to stress, I'm using PC if you hadn't noticed, but if you're doing Mac stuff, don't worry, the workflow is exactly the same. But you might want to have Mac build support installed. So that if we're building something out, you can see it working. WebGL, you won't need that. WebGL is if you are building out to a specific type of platform that can be run on a web browser. Universal Windows Platform build support, that may come up, but we can leave it unticked for now. If we need it, we can download it later. Windows build support, IL2 CPP, it's another type of Windows platform, depending on the sort of plugins you're using. We don't need that for the moment. And Lumin is for Magic Leap. If you happen to have a Magic Leap, there are not many of them around, but if you do, as I do, you might want that. So this tends to be what I have ticked on, but I've just unticked them all for you. You don't really need any of these right now. We can get started without anything. Download the smallest version. Later on, if we want to install something, we can download this module later in the modules part of this hub. So once that's installed, what you do is you go to your installs, you click on these little 3 icons here, and you go to add modules. And here we go. I can now click on this and I can say I want to add Universal Windows build support. I can add Mac build support. I click next and it starts downloading them, which I won't do now because it will stop me from working. So you can change any of this stuff in the future if you want. So that's how you install Unity. Let that go on for a little bit, and then we'll pick up in what I'm calling Chapter 2, where we're going to start going through the actual user interface.